Hi everybody, welcome to the office. I'm doing some processing today, so I thought good chance get some vlogging done while things are quiet and the phone isn't ringing. One of the things I wanted to do was do a proper introduction to this YouTube channel and explain a little bit about the sort of things that it's going to cover and just a little bit about me so you all get to know me as part of doing this. So I'm new to the world of vlogging, but I'm not new to the world of photography. My name's Tom Hadley and I've been a wildlife photographer, nature photographer, occasional landscape photographer for about 12 years. And over that time, my journey has gone from enthusiastic amateur to someone who's taken it a lot more seriously as a hobby, and eventually into doing it as something that earns me a living. And I've done that in all sorts of different ways. One of the things that I've done a lot of is done photo workshops and led workshops. So I've become a better photographer over the years, but I've also become a better teacher over the years, and I've really enjoyed that part of it. So one of the things that I've been thinking about over the last 12 months is how to take what I do with people in photography workshops and make that available to more people. And doing that on YouTube seemed like the best way possible, because I can explain so much more than I can in an Instagram post or a blog post on the website. And I've also wanted to slightly expand my photography as well and have a proper, I suppose in a way, a proper portfolio for the first time. Let me explain some of the backstory to this. A lot of my photography over the last, let's say, 10-12 years has been wildlife. And that's something that I still love to this day, and it's going to be the biggest part of my future going forward in terms of the photography work that I do. But I created a brand about 5 or 6 years ago called New Forest Wildlife Photography, and it was very niche, very specific to my home area in the New Forest in the south of England and the wildlife that we have here. And that's been great. I created a website for that, I created a brand around that, and that's been superb. That's given me the opportunity to do specific workshops, which have been very popular. But I've also done a lot of other stuff over the last few years. I've done a lot of travel. I've been all over the world photographing wildlife in Africa, in Asia, in the Caribbean. And the problem with New Forest wildlife photography is that it's not really an appropriate brand to share any of that stuff. I was worried that people wouldn't want to know, and it was diluting what I was trying to do. So at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I decided that I needed to branch out. And so I've created a new brand, and it's called Earth Stories. And this is what this channel and a new website that's in production at the moment is going to show, which is for the first time really the full body of my work over all of the years, because as I say, there's lots of images, travel images, landscape images, lots of wildlife images that I've shared that have just been stuck away on my hard drive, and they weren't suitable for New Forest wildlife photography, so nobody's ever seen them. And I've also never created, in a way, a proper portfolio of all of my work. And it's quite daunting. I'll probably do a separate video at some point about portfolio building and how I tackle that, because it's something that I'm in the midst of doing at the moment, and it's quite daunting. I find it hard to sit down and say, what is my best work? What are my best images and why? It's such a subjective thing. Ultimately, in creating it, I can only please myself first and hopefully other people along the way. Yeah, I think that's something I'm going to dedicate a video of its own to. So the idea with the Earth Stories channel, the YouTube channel in particular, is that I want to cover a couple of different things. I've been spending some time over the last few months watching a lot of other people on YouTube, a lot of other vloggers, taking inspiration from them, looking at how they do what they do and thinking, how can I be me in all this? I don't want to copy any of them, but how can I do something that gives me as much pleasure as watching these other guys, but put my own stamp on it? And it's probably worth name checking one or two of those people. So probably the original person that I've followed on YouTube for quite a few years is a travel vlogger called Brendan Vanson. And he's very well known. He's just busted through 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so he's really made that work, and fair play to him. And his is all about a kind of travel lifestyle. Some newer people that I've found more recently, a couple of really good landscape photographers. Nigel Danson is one who's a little bit older like me, so I kind of like him because I kind of think he speaks to those of us that are a little bit older and how we go about it. And probably the other guy is Thomas Heaton, who's just a really good landscape photographer, and someone who's been massively successful with his YouTube channel. And he's someone who there's just a lovely personality that he has that shines through what he does, which just makes him a very watchable, very listenable guy. So there's really three things I think that I want to get across with what I'm doing, which is first of all to document my photographic journey. It continues. It's been going for 12 years, but hopefully it's going to go for many more years after that. So I do want it to be personal. And I want it to reflect me, and I'm going to talk about the things that I struggle with. This is not going to be a channel that's all about my successes and how amazing all my images are. It's going to be a channel that is as much about what I get wrong, what I still don't know after 12 years, and I'm going to allow the doubts and the worries to be part of this. So it's going to be very truthful and very honest, I promise you that. The second thing it's going to be is educational, because one of the things that I do find sometimes with some of the vloggers that I've followed is I like watching them. I like hearing their stories and seeing what they're doing, but sometimes I kind of think I wish they went a bit further. I wish I learned a little bit more about how they did stuff. Some people are very good at that. But some people leave me with questions unanswered. So one of the things that I'm going to try and do is create videos that go behind the scenes and show the thought processes that go into shots. Wildlife photography is massively about preparation. I always teach on my workshops that pressing the shutter button is the easy bit. A lot of it is what goes into this work beforehand. So I'm going to talk about prep, I'm going to talk about fieldcraft, I'm going to talk about location scouting, I'm going to talk about all of those sorts of things. There'll be lots and lots of content about that. The final thing that I want it to be about as well is a little bit of an element of travel, because I love going places. My wife and I are a great team, and she's going to be part of this journey as well, because we travel everywhere together, and so I want to show wildlife photography in different parts of the world as well. So hopefully, if you like wildlife photography and you like travel and you like honest, authentic vlogging, and you want to learn something as well, then this channel is going to be for you. So at the moment, I should also say I'm going to learn an awful lot out of this myself, because my vlogging is definitely my weakest skill at the moment. I'm getting to grips with the sort of gear that I need to use for it, which I have started updating, but I'm going to add more to try and get the quality of these videos as good as they can possibly be. And so hopefully, I've seen some great videos from some people sort of explaining that journey and how they've got better at it, so that's going to be a big part of this too. So if you're looking at this video thinking this isn't the best vlog I've ever seen in my life, stick with me, it's going to get better, and hopefully there'll be some humour and self-deprecation along the way, because I don't take myself too seriously either. So I hope that's an interesting little intro. The first couple of vlogs that I've started to do at the moment are a series about Namibia, where I was in Namibia just about 6 weeks ago, and that was really very much a trial run, because I shot a load of footage out there and I tried to vlog while I was out there, but knowing that I was recording a whole bunch of content that I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. I wasn't quite sure what the format of these vlogs were going to be. I haven't got that down yet. I'm still learning, how to edit properly. I'm still learning how to shoot in order to get exactly what I want. And I know already that I made some mistakes in Namibia. But it's a learning process, and it'll improve all the time. So yeah. Hopefully lots more of these videos to come. There's at least 2 to 3 more from the Namibia series that are going to be coming along, and there's also going to be more. I've also got some topics ready for some chat videos here in the office, where I'm going to show you some processing and all of that sort of stuff. So I hope that's a good little introduction to me and to Earth Stories. Please, if you like what you see, give it a like, hit the subscribe button. Comments are always extremely welcome, both the positive and the constructively negative. So please keep following, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.